Welcome to this week's episode of Humans in 5.
Sarah Louise and I have many things in common, but we do share one geographic fact in common. We come from two of the largest countries in the world.
That's true. Canada is the second largest country in the world after Russia, and Australia is the sixth largest country in the world. Just look at this map. Canada's huge. But are maps always a good indicator of how big a country really is?
We often use maps to compare the size of countries or the distances between them, but there are some facts about maps that can make it difficult to compare sizes and distances on our globe. So today, we're going to talk a little about how we view the world, literally.
Most map making deals with one big problem. We tend to make flat, two-dimensional maps that help us to get a grasp on the shape and size of the oceans and land masses on our planet. But our planet is three-dimensional. So, how do we make our three-dimensional Earth into a two-dimensional shape?
Geographers use projections to help convert our 3D world into a 2D map. Projections convert curved latitudes and longitudes that surround the globe into straight lines on a plane. But sometimes perspective and scale get lost in that conversion.
We're all familiar with maps like this. This is the same view you see on sites like Google Maps. Maps that look like this were made using the Mercator Projection, which was developed in 1569 to help sailors follow constant courses when sailing around the world.
All projections have their problems, but the Mercator projection tends to exaggerate the size of land masses and countries near the poles and minimize the size of countries near the equator. So it can be a little hard to judge how big countries are relative to each other when they're from different parts of the planet.
Since it can be hard to visualize these differences in relative size, James Talmadge and Damon Manise developed an app and website called The True Size to show how our chosen maps may have distorted our view of the world.
For example, Canada is the second largest country in the world and China is the third. When you look at a map like this, Canada looks way larger. However, when you compensate for the Mercator projection, they're actually pretty close in size.
This projection really affects how we perceive the size of Africa. In the Mercator projection, the whole continent looks relatively small. But when we adjust for real sizes, we can fit China, Russia, and India with room to spare.
The take-home message is that we can't always take the way we view the world for granted. Try the website for yourself, and maybe some perspective might help change how you see the world.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Humans in 5.